I'm joined by Sean and Vahid to answer that question. So gentlemen, welcome.
Hello.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
So I'd love to learn a little bit more about your company. Who is OWL?
So OWL is a customer insight engine for financial institutions, banks, and insurers. We aggregate data from tens of thousands of databases. We make sense of it all, and we allow banks and insurers to better know their customers, better serve them, and then we provide them with three solutions. One is onboarding. We take a brutally long process of 17 to 22 minutes. We shrink it down to 3 to 4 minutes. We take a KYC AML. We offer them that solution. This is, again, an enhanced due diligence process that takes 7 hours plus. We turn that into minutes. And lastly, we offer them fraud detection before it becomes costly, identification fraud, application fraud, and now we're really bullish on claims fraud also.
And Vahid, what ultimately makes the company unique and makes you stand out in what's really a crowded marketplace now?
It's a very good question. When we want to sell to the banks, there's always two questions. What's the value that you're bringing in? And then how easy it is for me to realize the value. In terms of the value that we bring in, as Sean mentioned, we bring a lot of external view of the customer that banks don't have access to. Or even if they have access to, it's in a very unstructured way. They have agents that are doing that manually. It's not very consistent. It's not very structured. The way that we are doing it, that we are bringing that external view of the customer in a very structured way. And the reason that we can do that is that we do all this on a zero knowledge platform. That's around implementation and how we can pass through all these procurement questions very fast, because we do not see or store any customer data. It's just the banks who can see that data.
And what challenges are you solving for in the marketplace right now?
Everything.
Great answer.
So we're taking processes that are immensely manual today for financial institutions, and we're automating them. Processes that take hours, days in some cases, and we're turning them into minutes so that they don't no longer have a backlog and they can move on with their business and start growing the business.
There is also another very important aspect of it, which is when you are going to serve the clients of yours as a bank, it's that external view again becomes very important to know what is the right product and what is the right time to sell that product to that customer. So as part of your onboarding, we really help them narrow down the selection of products that they push to the customer, and also when they want to do upsell and cross-sell, our engine is really powerful.
And what's the cost of not having a robust KYC or AML plan?
So there's a lot of business upside that is lost, right? First of all, if you're going to do it manually, it's going to take a long time. You're going to lose a lot of business in the first place. If you don't do it correctly, it's going to become very costly, because as we all know, the fines that you get, it could be in millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions in some cases.
And how is OWL ultimately keeping up with the ever-changing regulatory landscape?
That's a very good question as well. We have our legal counsel that actually helps us on a constant basis, monitoring the changes that are coming. We're actually in touch and discussion with regulators. We know exactly which rules are changing and when it's changing. But at the same time, for us to be able to do all this in a perfect way, we should always be on top of it. So we have a team that is expert. Our actually head of sales is an ex-KYC and AML expert, who we brought him on board from Aon. And he's actually helping us a lot with some of those ever-changing regulations.
And when it comes to procurement, as a startup, how do you pass it?
So I think we're like the only startup that loves procurement, because we've cracked procurement. We're able to, we always push our clients to put us in front of the different procurement channels, InfoSec, legal, and IT. And we usually pass them flying colors. InfoSec, because we're zero knowledge, we never come in contact with their customer data. IT, because we're server independent. And lastly, legal, because they don't have to worry about the custody of data, cross-border transmission of data. And really, all of this is a testament of how we built the whole product to be fully zero knowledge. But I'm not going to bore you. I'm going to let my brother bore you, because he's better suited to explain this to you.
Well, sounds good. Looking forward to talking to him about it.
Good.
So your brother Sean told me that you are the guy to talk to all things tech.
Yes, the hard questions for me.
Exactly. We left the hard ones for you. So talk to me a little bit about the procurement process with OWL, and ultimately as a startup, how you're able to pass it.
Well, actually, it all comes to the end-to-end encryption and the key management solution that is at the heart of our platform. It basically allows people to encrypt the content on the client side and then distribute it to our servers, and then quite a sophisticated key management happening in the background that would allow people to pass the content between one another, and at the same time be able to retrieve the content and perform analysis on it, both on the client side or create a sandboxed environment to perform analysis on the server side as well. All end-to-end encrypted, all zero knowledge, and we never know the content.
So what emerging technology are you going to be watching in this space then over the next few years?
Well, in the encryption world, I'm really interested in homomorphic encryption. I think that's going to be the future of end-to-end encrypted environments. Basically what it means is that you can actually perform operations on a content that is fully encrypted, and you don't actually need to know what it is. You can actually perform some operations and have some algorithms take that content.
Well, I am no expert in that, but I will be looking forward to seeing what you are able to do with that. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
So it's clear that you've had a lot of early success. Talk to me a little bit about that.
So we have only been into market 2 years. And in that 2 years time, we are now working with 10 of the largest banks and insurance companies in North America. And whoever deals with a sales cycle of a bank knows that that's a very fast growth and sales cycle that we dealt with. And it's really because of what we already kind of talked about. The fast procurement cycles that we managed to clear everyone's mind, like legal, enterprise risk management, IT, and we put their mind at ease in terms of how we are doing our solution, which is the most compliant way, and then the value that we bring in.
So Sean, what's next then for Owl?
So we're very busy fundraising now. Last year we raised our seed, $2.6 million, and now we're raising a $7 million Series A to continue our success.
Well, I'm looking forward to following Owl as you continue on this journey of growth. So congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
For Medici Studio, I'm Shannon Rossick.